What's your favorite thing to do on a rainy fall day? I know, right? Naps are great, but I also like to sew. Let me show you a few things I've made. In my kitchen video, I mentioned I would show you how I made these valances from placemats. If this is your first time joining me, welcome. I'm stephstorm. After this video, be sure to go back and check out my previous videos in the All Things Fall series. Also, hit the subscribe button below so you won't miss any future videos that I upload every Monday. I started with a set of 8 placemats that I purchased from Dollar Tree last year. Here's how I used a few of them to make the valances. First, I measured the window. I knew I didn't want the valance to have a ruffled effect. I just wanted it to have a snug fit. Then I used one whole placemat in the center and took another placemat and sliced it in half so that I could fill in the spaces on the ends. I pinned them in place so that they wouldn't slide around when stitched. And with the right sides together, I only had 2 seams. Whenever I sew, I always use the back stitch when I start and finish a seam. It just reinforces the stitch so that it won't unravel so easily. Another thing I like to do to make the seams lay down flat and look more finished is to press down the seams with an iron and then do a top stitch. Finally, I folded down the top edge to make another seam, just enough room for the valance to slip onto a little cafe tension rod. And that's it! The rest of the edges were already finished. These were super easy to make. Anybody can do it. Now I'll show you how I made the copper curtains. Using the window measurement, I cut the fabric to 1.5 times the length, so that this time I could get that ruffled look. By the way, I'm using some old curtains that I already had, but the copper side is actually the wrong side, or the inside lining of the fabric. That's right, the right side of the fabric, as you can see, has silver glitter all over it. Now I liked that last year, but this year I wanted to use the copper side. Just follow the same process of stitching all the way around, press, and done. You've got some easy DIY curtains. So guys, I still had 4 placemats left. I didn't want to waste them. So what else could I do? I know, I'll make some pillows. All I had to do was stitch the right sides together all the way around, leaving a small opening for the stuffing. Hand stitch to close, and done. These next few DIYs were easy too. All I needed was a little bit of spray paint. I took this Goodwill basket and sprayed it gold, then added some sparkly pumpkins from the Dollar Tree. I also sprayed these gold. I also wanted to give this tray a little bit of a makeover. When painting wicker, you have to spray it from all directions in order to get full coverage. I didn't spray the inside because I had another idea for that. In order to make the inside of this tray an even flat surface, I used some leftover foam board that I had from the Dollar Tree. I covered it with some leftover marble contact paper and cut it to be a very snug fit. Now I can use this tray for drinks and really just about anything. By the way, this contact paper is waterproof and wipeable, so no problem if you have any small spills. Did you know that you could spray paint chargers from the Dollar Tree? I painted these last year, but when I washed them, they got a little scuffed and stained. So I repainted them. But this time, I added a protective clear coat, and that did the trick. This time when I washed them, they still looked great. Whoa, that means that I can have any color charger that I want. Remember these shelves in the dining room? I mentioned that I wanted to change the top and bottom to be knotty pine, just like the center shelves, but that meant another trip to Home Depot. We picked up a couple of pine shelves from the Home Depot, and they cut it down to the size measurement that we needed. Now here you'll just see me adding some of the Minwax stain to the color of my choice. This gunstock color came out a little bit more orange than I thought, so I will probably be adding some brown a little bit later, but they're okay for now. There's my husband installing the new shelves for me. Thanks, babe. And so here's the before and after of the new shelves. We didn't waste that silver shelf that he took down. We just moved it into the living room. And here's what the silver one looks like in the living room, all decorated too. I want to share another quick DIY tip that you can do with your framed images. Instead of buying new art every season, which could be very expensive, try this. I use images that either I have taken myself or I'll get some free wallpaper images from the internet. I print them out at Walgreens or the CVS store and then store them inside your frames. As the seasons change, so does your art, for about only 40 cents per print. Not bad, huh? Now remember, in this clip, I needed something fairly large to fill this space, and I didn't want to cluster a bunch of small pictures here. So now I'm going to share with you a DIY art piece that you can make yourself that's going to give you a big bang for a little buck. I'm using this $1 shower curtain that I got from Walmart as a drop cloth. Here I've already painted the canvas a cream color so that it wouldn't look like it came right from the store. I know it's a little unusual to use wood stain to try to make a piece of art, but it's what I have on hand, and I don't want to go back to the store just to get some brown latex paint. So anyway, I'm just going to kind of freehand a shape here and see what I can come up with. And you guys can watch or you can paint along with me, but why don't you just sit back and enjoy the music? you know my love of all things shiny and sparkly, so here I'm using some imitation gold leaf flakes in the color copper that I bought from Amazon. I want this piece to have a bit of a 3D effect, so I'm using some Mod Podge, and I'm just kind of being random, you know, maybe make it look like the leaves are falling from the tree. I don't want to smash the copper leaves down flat, I just want to get it to make contact and stick to the Mod Podge. I'm changing over to the gold leaf now to add some dimension and make it look more like leaves changing for the season. By the way, if you have small children at home, this kind of DIY makes for a nice rainy day activity. It can get them away from their devices for a while and reconnect with nature. Bring out their creativity. Have some fun. And here is my finished piece. Well guys, they say that beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. Well, I'm no Picasso, but I like it. I think it turned out nice. Let me show you where I decided to put it. The shiny copper and gold flakes in the art go perfectly with these pumpkins. And the brown bark of the tree ties in very nicely with this candle holder. Most importantly, the size of the art fills that empty space with something interesting. So guys, what do you think? Leave me a comment below. Let me know if you would try an easy DIY project like this. Here's one more cool thing about this piece. When the ceiling fan is on, the copper and the gold leaves actually blow in the wind. This really brings this art piece to life. I hope you found some inspiration to customize your decor and make your own art. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share. I upload new videos every Monday, so come back to see some fall fashion and some fun fall activities in my upcoming videos. Click on these links that are on the screen right now to take you right to my other videos in this series. Thank you for watching. I'm Steph Storm, and you'll see me next time.